Hi, I'm Titi. Currently, one of the main subjects I'm studying is logic. And since logic is a very important aspect of debate, my mom introduced me to several prominent debaters, including Michael Knowles, Ben Shapiro, and of course, Charlie Kirk. They are all talented debaters, but I really love to watch Charlie Kirk debating with college students on campus, especially with students who had very strong opinions against him. I remember seeing one video where he was debating 25 students who all disagreed with him. It gave me a chance to hear both sides' views. Isn't that what freedom of speech is all about? Charlie Kirk seemed truly passionate about what he did, to try to help our youth find their way back to common sense and American values, find the truth, and find Jesus, our Savior. I was immediately hooked by all the topics he brought up, and also by his calm and clear arguments. He encouraged and welcomed everyone to debate with him and to prove him wrong. On the afternoon of September 10th, I was studying logic with my mom when I heard the tragic news on the radio. I instantly felt crushed. How can an American get shot just for having a different opinion? America is proud of her First Amendment, the freedom of speech. But how could something like this happen? Some said that Charlie Kirk went to college campuses to spread hate speech. They said he was a fascist. But I never heard any hatred from his speeches or his debates. I didn't hear a single sentence that constitutes a threat, incitement to imminent lawless action, discriminatory harassment, or defamation. Can we label a speech that condemns or disagrees with something other people might support as a hate speech? Why was he a fascist? I really don't understand. To me, fascists are Hitler, Stalin, and Mao Zedong, who each killed tens of millions of people. Did Charlie Kirk kill anyone? He's not even a politician. Some also said Charlie Kirk divided young people. But do we really want every single person to have the exact same ideas? Having the same thoughts is not America. It's communism. What evil did to Charlie Kirk reminds me what my parents taught me about communist China. Before the CCP was in power, their slogans and media narratives were as beautiful and justified as they could be, such as, we want democracy, we want freedom of speech, we want liberty, down with fascism. They accused the nationalist government who defeated Imperial Japan as fascists. At the same time, they instigated violence, terrorists, and organized mass protests in every city in order to stir up chaos to dysfunction a normal life in society. That tactic finally helped them usurp power. And once they took over the country, they began to kill everyone who had different opinions with them. Freedom of speech is completely suppressed. My mom also mentioned that a main core character of communism is to have total control over everyone. When the CCP usurped power in China, one of the first things they did was to take God out of people's life, out of schools, and out of education, so they could dictate people what to do, what to say, how to think, and force people to follow their doctrine. They knew that when there is no God, there's no clarity of right and wrong, and that made it easier for evil to brainwash and control people's minds. If you dared stand up against them or just simply disagree with their agenda, they will persecute you, put you in prison, and will even kill you. My parents came from communist China. My mom, up to now, still commemorates the tragic event of the June 4th Tiananmen massacre every year with music. The Chinese Communist government doesn't like that. They don't want people to learn the truth and to remember it. So they put her on the blacklist, which means she can never go back to her homeland. But this is communism, not America. What evil did to Charlie Kirk doesn't affect just him and his family, it affects all of us. If we are not careful about the danger of communism, we will become a communist country and we will lose our precious freedom. And I will never want to see this happen. I hope that September 10th is a day of awakening, a turning point for the youth of our nation. We shall come together to speak out our minds without fear and to have peaceful, open dialogues to discuss issues we all care about freely. Political violence should have no place in this land of the free. Killing people for different points of view is a cowardly act of evil. We will not be silent. We will not be intimidated. We don't have to agree with Charlie Kirk's every view, yet his legacy must go on, and that is to have the courage to fight against evil, to love your neighbor as yourself, to love God, to keep the freedom of speech alive, and to keep America, the shining city, on a hill. Charlie Kirk, you will be remembered as a role model of youth, a great debater, a brave patriot, and a faithful follower of Jesus for generations to come.